ourselves. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. Now I'm going to open up to questions and unmute people. And so make sure you don't have a lot of background noise. And who has a question for me?
I have one.
Go ahead. Ask your question.
How do you get to the void? Is it inside us or outside of us? How do you get there?
Okay. The void, when you meditate, you're actually going within your soul, yourself. And it was really interesting. I started doing TM like 12 years ago. And TM is Transcendental Meditation. And the second time I did it, I was doing my mantra, and all of a sudden I ended up in this place where there was nothing, no time, no one, nothing. There was just nothing there. And I was like, man, this is weird. And I was there for a while, and I didn't know what to do because there was nothing there, and I just was confused and hadn't been trained properly. And when I came out of that, I asked my TM instructor, I was in this place where there's nothing, it was like a void of nothing. And he said to me, well, you're not supposed to be able to go there. And I was like, well, I don't know where it was, but there was nothing. I didn't even feel my own self in there. It was like there was just nothing, not even me. And it was very confusing for me. So I literally stopped doing TM and I started doing other types of meditation because I was not trained to know what that void was there for and even what it was. And the void is where the nothingness exists, where God created the universe. Literally, through that love consciousness, the Creator took the void and sent out the message to create the universe. And it was so. So the void, we access it through our intent to go to the no time, nowhere, nobody, no one, and literally you go to this, I don't even call it a place because it's nothing. There's nothing there. It's not even a place, but it's within all of us. And so when you're there is when you start creating what you desire. And how I've been doing it since I learned what the void is, even though it isn't anything I can really tell you it is, what it is the place where creation is more powerfully manifest. And we manifest it with our intent. So we have a symbol or a word or a statement, and we surround it with emotion, high emotion. And the highest emotion I know is love consciousness and that golden white light from God. So I started surrounding it this morning, and it started forming all of this sacred geometry as I was encircling the symbol. I know that's going to manifest very, very quickly and be created. And it's quite interesting because as I've been doing this, I don't know if you all know what happened to me a little over 2.5 years ago. I was attacked by the Cabal. And their wizards started throwing me around my room, and I hit my head really hard, and it popped open a cyst here on my right ear that had parasites and bad bacteria in it. And I started getting an infection that went up my head, down into my neck, and then into my body. And I ended up driving myself to the ER because I couldn't manifest myself well, and the herbs weren't working. And I ended up with sepsis. Now, what sepsis is when you get an infection throughout your blood and lymph and your systems and organs. And many people die from sepsis. And I ended up being in the ICU here at Dixie Regional Hospital, and I was literally, my soul left my body, and I was looking down at my body from the roof, and these 5 golden beings appeared and said, "You need to come with us." And I looked at them, and I didn't recognize any of them. And because when you die, usually your loved ones or your guides, somebody you know, will be there to assist you in crossing over, but nobody was there that I knew. And they kept insisting I go with them, and I said, no, I'm gonna see what happens here. And Vicky came walking into the room, and all of a sudden I saw her future. And then I saw the future of my 2 youngest daughters, who at the time were only 12 and 14. And it was really interesting because I saw their futures. Should I go with these beings? So God was kind of showing me the future, and literally I knew I was supposed to go back in my body, even though it was really having troubles. And so I went back into my body, and these beings really chewed me out. They said, "No, you're supposed to come with us." And I said, "Nope, I'm going back into my body." And they said, "Your body's dead. It's going to be painful. All your organs are shut down. Your glands are shut down." And I said, "I don't care. I'm going back in." So I came back into my body. I ended up with severe diabetes. My kidneys were almost shut down. My thyroid had totally shut down. My adrenal glands had shut down. My liver was still functioning. My heart, thank goodness, which was given to me by Hercules, who was one of the 7 Elohim, my heart was fine. And even the doctors talked about how my heart didn't have any problems during that whole time period. And it was because I was given a perfected heart from Hercules and Amazonia. In Yosemite National Park, they have a temple at Half Dome, a sanctuary. Half Dome is the big dome you see. I used to have a picture hanging up here in the office of it because I just loved that place and I loved that experience. But my heart, through the whole thing, was fine, and the doctors were amazed that my heart didn't give up and have problems, or that I didn't have a heart attack, because you know, they found my history of having heart problems, but I had been given a new heart. So anyway, I hope that explains what the void is. But literally, we go to, with the intent of going to the void, the place where God created the universe. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Oh, go ahead, Jane.
Who were the golden beings?
Well, that was interesting. They had disguised themselves. They were actually serpents, and it wasn't me that figured this out. I went up to Mount Shasta because St. Germain wanted me to start mentoring. And right after my talk, a bunch of people lined up, and this lady lined up at my desk signing up, and she said to me, "Scott, those 5 beings were serpents. It was a good thing you did not go with them. They were disguised, naughty beings. The serpents are the ones running this diabolical universe that's causing humanity so much problem. We actually created the serpents, and they've become what they think is the gods of this solar system, this Milky Way universe. And 5 of them come to take me away, and they were going to enslave me, is what this lady said. She said they were going to take me and do their diabolical stuff and keep me under their power. And luckily, I came back into my body, which was fascinating. She said it was a really good decision that you made. You know, and I still wondered who those were until she told me that. Does that answer that question?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Lynn, go ahead. You had a question.
Yes. Thank you, Scott. I just wanted to, I love your stories. I know they're real life, and they just help us.
If I hadn't experienced them, I would have not believed them myself. It's pretty cool stuff that, you know, God really does. God is here for us. And, you know, the people who say they don't believe in God, their problem is they haven't got their pineal gland open, they haven't got their pituitary open, they haven't got their minds open to the reality that, you know, there's no way that this universe could have happened any different than a loving, divine creator making it. And truthfully, I've been in communication with the Creator. When I started doing the mentoring, I kept asking for more information, and I kept getting this information from the Ascended Masters. Now, all of a sudden, the Creator came through about a year ago during my first mentoring of 2019 and gave me information that was so amazing, and the energy of it was so loving that I couldn't deny it was coming from a loving creator. It was way cool. So anyway, does anybody else have a question?
I have something I would like to share.
Oh, go ahead.
So I was practicing being one with the great consciousness, and I had injured my foot in the moving to California, and it's been about 2 months, and it's severe pain like the fascia, plantar fasciitis.
Plantar fasciitis.
Yes, so it was hurting a lot. Then I started to think, what would Dr. Berner do? So, because I didn't have a doctor here, and I was like 5 months away to, where I am right here. So anyways, and the message came to me was to say, I am one with the Creator and one with the Creator. I am one with the Creator. I am one. I am the Creator. I am the Creator. I am the Creator. And the pain went away.
Thank you.
Yes.
Isn't that amazing?
Amazing. And I forgot that I had injured my foot. Went away for about a week. My dog escaped, and I ran after him. When I got home, there was this severe pain in my foot again, right? I overexerted my foot is still healing, but no pain.
Yes.
So then I said, well, okay, it worked once. Let's see if I can make it work again. So I did it again. It didn't work. I said, well, let me modify a little bit. So I modified it, and I put I pressed my foot, and I heard the little bones cracking, and I did it again, and the pain is gone again. So that's what we would do.
Yes. And yes, perfect. And the assignment is we need to say, I am one with the universe. The universe is one with me. I and the universe are one. And you can say that in various ways. Jesus said, the Father is in me, I am in the Father and I are one. And the Father was the Creator God. And so as we say these things, they empower us because you're stating what is true. And we need to make these statements and go within to find the God within. so we can create whatever we desire and heal ourselves. Thank you so much for that. Any other questions?
Yes, Scott, I got one.
Go ahead, Bob.
I'm hoping, as I asked in the email, that you will be able to make copies of all these classes so that old parts like me can rehash, and put it into the brain so it stays.
You know, as you ask that question, I've been putting together, I bought a video program where I can make videos out of my videos and put them on DVDs. And I am going to do that because of what you requested, Bob, and I'm not sure how many. It's going to be several DVDs because a DVD can only hold 5 gigabytes. And so each lesson is about 2.5 gigabytes. So there'll probably be 6 DVDs, which is quite a few. But I am going to make these because of you. Now, oh, that was the other thing that I was supposed to talk about, is the Creator wants you to have abundance plus be teachers of what is going on. So the mentoring is not only to give you knowledge, but it's to give you knowledge enough to teach others. And I think, Bob, your idea is absolutely fantastic. And so I'm going to make these DVDs and I will send them to whoever wants them. What I would like you to do is get groups together, watch the DVDs with them, and answer their questions. And if you're unable to know the answers, just know that you can ask me or others in the group. Now, the Ascended Masters, they come and they teach us, but they don't just leave us. We leave them. And so they have taught me I'm not ever supposed to abandon any of you. If you have questions at any time, contact me, either through the texting or through sending emails, because we are in this together, and I am here for you. I'm here to assist you until the time that you are connected to that universal intelligence and gives you all the answers. Let me tell you, the 24-strand DNA thing, I've learned more and more about that. Saint Germain first appeared to me in 2014 with the 24-strand DNA, and I have learned that we're supposed to continue on. The Arcturians and all of the higher beings of light and love, they're here to assist us. And we have beings who are here. We actually, a lot of us who are part of this group, have been through the ascension before, and we came back to this planet at this time to help the rest of the humans here go through the ascension. And the reason I keep stating that is that's what I've been told. I never felt like I belonged on this planet. But when I came here, I knew I had purpose. And I had to go through all the forgetfulness that we do and go through all the learning that we do. But now I'm at the point where I can actually do what I came here to do. And so I want you to have resources to teach humanity. We're supposed to start the ripple and start it becoming a wave, and it's going to fill up the earth. And there's not that many of us, but if you think about the 6 degrees of separation, if each one of us teach 6 people and then teach 6 more and 6 more, and then we teach them how to teach more, we're going to fill the earth, and we can have abundance. You can charge people, charge them $20 to come watch the shows with you. because God wants us to exchange energy. And money